Welcome back to our cranial nerve series. In this episode, we'll explore one of the most fascinating and far reaching nerves in the body, the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the 10th cranial nerve and it plays a vital role in autonomic control of the body. It gets its name from the Latin word vagus, which means wandering. This name reflects the nerve's long and winding path through the body. It starts in the brainstem, specifically the medulla oblongata, and travels down through the neck and thorax into the abdomen, reaching many organs including the heart, lungs, and digestive tract. Because it wanders so widely, it's aptly named the vagus nerve. It's a mixed nerve, meaning it carries motor, sensory, and parasympathetic fibers. The vagus nerve arises from the medulla oblongata. The key nuclei are shown in the diagram on the right. These include the nucleus ambiguus, responsible for motor fibers to the pharynx and larynx, the dorsal motor nucleus, which gives off parasympathetic fibers to organs, and the nucleus of the solitary tract, carrying visceral and taste sensations. Some general sensory cutaneous fibers also arises from the spinal trigeminal nucleus. After emerging from the medulla, the vagus nerve exits the skull through the jugular foramen, along with 9th and 11th cranial nerves. There are two ganglia which are located just below the jugular foramen, the superior jugular ganglion and the inferior nodose ganglion. In the neck, it travels within the carotid sheath, nestled between the internal jugular vein and carotid artery, shown in the diagram on the right side. The carotid sheath is outlined by red color. It then enters the thorax posterior to the sternoclavicular joint. Right vagus nerve passes anterior to the subclavian artery. Left vagus nerve passes between the left common carotid and subclavian arteries, then anterior to the aortic arch. Gives branches to cardiac, pulmonary, and esophageal plexuses. Finally, it pierces the diaphragm through the esophageal hiatus and continues into the abdomen as the anterior and posterior vagal trunks. These trunks supply parasympathetic innervation to the foregut and midgut organs. Now, the major branches of the vagus nerve. In the neck, the branches are auricular branch, which is also known as Arnold's nerve, sensory to the external ear and external auditory canal, pharyngeal branches to pharyngeal plexus, motor to pharyngeal muscles except stylopharyngeus and tensor villi palatini. Superior laryngeal nerve, which is again divided into external and internal branch. External branch supplies motor supply to cricothyroid muscle, whereas internal branch supplies sensory fibers to the areas of larynx and pharynx above the vocal cords. Cardiac branches join the cardiac plexus. In the thorax, the branches are recurrent laryngeal nerve. The right one loops around right subclavian artery, whereas the left loops around aortic arch near the ligamentum arteriosum, ascends to larynx in the tracheoesophageal groove. Motor to all intrinsic laryngeal muscles except cricothyroid, sensory below vocal cords. Thoracic cardiac branches contribute to cardiac plexus. Pulmonary branches to pulmonary plexus. Esophageal branches joins the esophageal plexus. In the abdomen, the vagus nerve gives branches to stomach, liver, pancreas, kidneys, small intestine up to the mid-transverse colon. These branches contribute to autonomic regulation of digestion and visceral function. Clinical implications. Vagus nerve damage. Unilateral damage may be due to surgery, for example, thyroidectomy, trauma, tumors, or brainstem stroke. The symptoms include hoarseness due to recurrent laryngeal nerve palsy, dysphagia, impaired gag reflex, uvular deviation away from the lesion, which is shown in the diagram on the right side, loss of parasympathetic tone, for example, impaired GI motility. Recurrent laryngeal nerve injury, common during thyroid or cardiac surgery, leads to vocal cord paralysis, hoarseness or aphonia, dyspnea if bilateral injury causes airway obstruction. Vocal cord positions are shown in cases of vocal cord paresis on the right side of the slide during respiration and phonation. Vagal overstimulation can cause bradycardia, syncope, or even asystole, often triggered by pain, fear, or gastrointestinal distension. Vagus nerve stimulation may be used as a treatment for epilepsy and depression. It involves surgical implantation of a device that stimulates the left vagus nerve. Vagotomy. In the past, a vagotomy was performed to treat ulcers by reducing gastric acid secretion. Let's recap the highlights. The vagus nerve is a mixed cranial nerve with motor, sensory and autonomic functions. It originates from the medulla and travels from the neck to the abdomen. It is essential for voice, swallowing and parasympathetic control of the heart, lungs and gut. Clinical implications range from hoarseness to life-saving therapeutic stimulation. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the vagus nerve. Be sure to check out our next episode in the series where we explore 11th cranial nerve, the accessory nerve. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss a neuroanatomy update.